John Hughes?
Who's asking? There's a reason they called it the Wild West. This Texas Ranger inspired a legend.
I came here to present you with an opportunity, assisting me in capturing a dangerous fugitive.
This is the true story of John Hughes, the real Lone Star Ranger. I was just a young man when I first headed west. In the years that followed, I became a cowboy, a gunslinger, and even served as sheriff of Dodge City, one of the most lawless towns in the country. My name is Bat Masterson. Now I'm a reporter, and I've come west again to chronicle the world that I know best. The American West. The lure of gold, land, destiny flooded the frontier with men both good and bad. These are the incredible true tales of the Wild West. As a newspaperman, it's my job to separate fact from fiction in the West. Zane Grey's story about a renegade who turns into a lawman has become a literary sensation. My search for the truth has brought me all the way to California to meet a man who rode with the real Lone Star Ranger.
Morning. You point me to Ira Aiden?
You're looking at him.
Glad to make your acquaintance.
Spitting image of your photograph, Mr. Masterson. Welcome.
You earned quite a reputation with the Rangers.
Thank you. My law days are behind me now, though I reckon I could still outdraw the occasional cattle wrestler.
I'm quicker with a pen than a colt myself these days.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. I'm sure you've heard about this book, but have you seen the dedication?
To Captain John Hughes and his Texas Rangers.
Not much is known about John Hughes. I'm told you were responsible for him joining the Rangers.
Well, you thought to ask him directly?
He doesn't seem too keen to speak on the record.
Well, that's John's way.
Mr. Aiden, books like to present the myth of the West. I'd like to record the way it really was.
I was but a year in the Rangers. First time I heard the name John Hughes. Interestingly, his reputation all started with the band of horse thieves. Craven brothers stole a herd from Long Hollow Ranch, rode some 1,000 miles deep into the New Mexico territory. Certain no posse could track them there. But they made just one mistake.
They didn't know who was on their trail.
John Hughes.
Thunder's got the beast spooked.
They ain't the only ones.
What you worrying? Any posse gunner for us turned back weeks ago. We're home free.
That was a warning shot. There won't be another. Get your hands up.
Who goes there?
I'm called Hughes. You boys took something that belongs to me. You return my property, and you may see daylight.
Think one man could track those thieves across creation only to take them on alone.
We Rangers even heard the story. But at the time, we were faced with a much more pressing issue. Hunting down a cold-blooded killer.
Gents, we're closed already. Come back tomorrow. There's plenty of beer and wurst to go around.
We ain't come for beer, you Dutch Mongol. We want the cash.
Oh, yeah.
Get the cash.
Wesley Collier. Gallows were made for men like him.
I remember the incident. Collier was a slippery devil, too, wasn't he?
Caught twice, jailed twice, flew the coop both times. The governor tasked me personally with bringing him in, dead or alive. I was hard on him for a moment, but he slipped through my fingers. Trail went cold.
How did Hughes get involved?
I was but 3 years with the Rangers at the time. I couldn't stomach returning empty-handed.
So you turned to a man you didn't know who had never worn a star.
If I knew one thing, I knew Hughes could track. Hello? John Hughes?
Stow it. Be smart, kid.
John Hughes?
Who's asking?
Irad. Sergeant. Texas Rangers.
That how they teach you fellas to sneak up on your mark?
Well, if anybody's doing the sneaking, it's you, sir. I came here to present you with an opportunity.
That's so.
Wesley Collier? You heard him?
The jailbird?
Yeah, he gave us a slip. Been on a dodge ever since. He's got a week's start on us. Likely headed for the border. I'm gonna shrink that deficit. I'll need a gifted tracker at my side. What say you, Hughes? Saddle up with the Ranger troop?
No.
Perhaps I was unclear.
I got no desire to spend weeks in the brush looking after a colt.
Oh, you mistake me, sir. I'm the ranking officer. You'd be assisting me in capturing a dangerous fugitive and be well paid.
Your offer gets less tempting by the minute, Sergeant. Thank you. But goodbye.
You made no qualms about setting after the Cravens, the horse thieves?
Well, that was personal. Them boys took something that was lawfully mine. Your man took the life of an old German. And I got no claim on that.
I should not be surprised. You bear no respect for the law. It's a foolish notion for me to show up here in the first place. I'll retrieve Collier myself, dead or alive.
No doubt.
You know, think on the next time we meet, Hughes. The line that separates your kind from his is finer than you imagine.
There's two conditions to my joining this venture.
Just two.
First, you ride where I ride and heed my instruction.
And the second?
Don't fall behind. Yeah.
You saw no hands on his ranch, no wife. Fair to say Hughes wasn't the trusting sort?
As long as he led me to Collier, I did not mind that he was a lone wolf. really should consider a career with the Rangers. You've got the requisite skills, but I hear you're a dead shot. And I must confess, I've never seen a man as gifted as a tracker as you. Where'd you learn your craft, Hughes?
Anyone ever tell you use 10 words when 2 would suffice?
Yeah, my daddy, he was a minister. He used to read the classics to us by the campfire. Shakespeare, Milton. My love of the land grew hand in hand with the love of the King's English.
If you're gonna carry on like this, I might as well fortify.
I did not realize you were a southpaw.
Was not always.
Really?
When I was 17, I took a slug to the right arm. Shattered the bone. Had to learn. Had to teach myself. Do everything with the left. Right, rope, shoot.
What man has enemies at 17?
I was younger than that when I left home. I learned early that you're alone in this world. And that's how you better face it.
Self-reliance is a virtue of the Ranger Corps. So is common purpose, camaraderie.
If you can manage the rest of the night without mentioning your precious Rangers, I will personally try and hang Collier for you myself. Come think of it. How did he give you the slip?
Tread careful, Hughes.
How many men have you killed? How many men, Sergeant?
It's a long ride tomorrow. Let's get some shut-eye. Watching Hughes work the trail, I knew I'd chosen my partner well. Every shoe print, every broken branch, every smoldering fire was a clue to lead us to Collier's whereabouts.
Man obviously had talent. Did you suspect Hughes had native blood in him?
And whatever I thought, I didn't hold out much hope for an answer. For days, we pressed on. In silence.
I was 14 when I left home. No more than a boy. Made it all the way out to the Indian Territory. The Osage and the Comanche took me in for a while. That's where I learned how to track. Every man in the tribe pulls for the other. That's their way. But at the end of the day, I just wasn't one of them.
You miss that life? After that, I saw Hughes in a different light.
Where'd the trail wind up?
Well, we finally stalked Collier, a house on a prairie, belonged to a man called Dayton. Turns out old West was sweet for the farmer's daughter. Abigail.
He's here. What are you doing?
Getting your man.
We don't know who else is down there or what might be waiting for us. We wait for nightfall.
And give him a chance to slip through your fingers again?
No. My aim is to do it right this time. The Ranger way. Now, you led us this far, but I'm in charge now.
All right, Sergeant. The Ranger way it is.
None.
How's that?
The number of men I've killed. None. Not from a lack of trying.
I had Collier. Even closer than we got him right now. I took my shot and it was off. Only got him in the hand, and he got away. You know what that feels like?
No.
No, you wouldn't know. He wouldn't have dodged you. Not the fabled John Hughes. Is that amusing?
If it let turn me into a lefty, would say so. I caught him rustling my cattle. I pulled first. Sure wish I'd got him in the hand. But now, flew wide though. And I paid for it. You don't hear me grousing. You take the shot you have, and you don't dwell. You just be ready for the next one. Look.
I'll wager Wes is holed up in the back there. Now you take the front door. I'll drive him out to you. We'll pin him down. Together.
You say the word, Sergeant.
You said we were gonna get married.
Good things come to those who wait, sweetheart.
Hands up, Collier! Drop it! Texas Rangers! Be still! Texas Rangers, drop the gun.
Listen up, cowboy. I'm walking out that door.
Get back!
Drop the gun, Collier.
Let's take it nice and slow.
Let's do what I say!
Drop it.
Now put it down!
Or I'll kill her. You hear me, cowboy?
That hand don't look too good. You're not a lefty, are you, Wes?
Is that what it's like? That personal? That awful?
You did what you had to do. There's no shame in that.
Does it get any easier?
You don't want it to. You're a good lawman, Ira.
Ira Ayton only served in the Texas Rangers for 8 years, but he's considered one of the greatest Rangers of all time. John Hughes served for 30 years in the Texas Rangers and retired with the highest of ranks, captain.
Do you think Hughes finally found his family in the Ranger Corps?
I do not know. Good question for John. But what I do know is he was an outstanding Ranger.
And to Zane Grey. It's for you. I got the real story now.
No need, sir. I lived it.